I want to go very basic now. The typical way in which someone gets promoted from a service technician to a service manager is that something happened with the service manager. They moved on. They're just not around anymore. The most effective ticket runner, I should say, the person that solves most technical problems, the quickest, they're the next in line to be promoted. And the way it goes is typically like this. Congratulations, we think you're doing an amazing job. Here's the keys. Figure out how to manage a $80 million asset or a $100 million asset. Like, this is a very common way in which we do things. And there's no formal training for service managers to teach them how to become managers, right? I'm not even going the high level that you just described of leadership, but how to manage teams, how to manage a budget, how to manage an $80 million asset, how to manage inventory, your staff, how to manage your vendors, how to manage. So what's your take on that? What can we do better in the industry? And, maybe if you have like some personal examples that from your career, from your past or present, that you wanted to share about, how things are done or have been done in your experience, share them with the audience. I think that'll be very valuable.
The number one thing that I see where people make a misstep on this is that, and it's not just maintenance supervisors, it's every role in every organization. People are scared to share information, or they're scared to train the next person up because they're scared that, if I show Adrian how to do this, Adrian's going to take my job. You cannot think about that. And I think that a lot of where I get that from is probably my time in the military. So the military is very, very similar to like sports. You hear this with like the New England Patriots, right? Next man up. You hear these mantras or these cliches. And they're not cliches. They're literally there for a reason. Okay. So it's always good to be training the next person on certain aspects. When I was a maintenance supervisor for Morguard, I was involved in the review process, even though technically they don't report to me. Our reporting structure is that they report to the community manager. But when that community manager hired me, I said, listen, I want to be involved in developing them. I want to be involved in leading them as a team and giving them their reviews and, all that kind of stuff. And I think that maybe comes from my retail management background. So I was a little more accustomed to doing it. What I would do is I would give them certain smaller things to manage to, right? So like for the guy that took my place, once I got promoted to an operations manager, as a development tool on his review, I told him, okay, I'm going to give you the make ready board to manage to for the year. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to guide you through it. Then you're going to show me what I just did for you, right? So it's kind of a train the trainer philosophy. And then for the final 6 months, you're going to run the make ready board. You're going to schedule all the vendors. You're going to do all of those different things. So that when he finally made that transition to taking the next step, he knew how to do that. And if you're able to manage the make ready board, that sets you up for being able to manage the other things that you're speaking to. Managing a process, doesn't matter what the process is, the same philosophies go into it, right? So it's like, okay, you have to manage the ordering, right? Very similar, right? You want to plan, you want to look at it, you want to come up with it, you don't want to wait till the last minute. All the same principles apply for the make ready board. It's just a different process, right? So if you're able to give them small things to manage to, lighting audits, that's one that I really like to give as an example to my regional maintenance directors. I say, hey, give the maintenance technicians light management as part of their goals for the next upcoming year. Tell them that you want them to manage the lighting on the site. You want them to come up with like a monthly inspection that they perform. And then that gives them some responsibility. So then now they have to manage to a program. They're responsible for the success of the program, and they learn how to do that. That also gives them some more ownership, gives them some more buy-in. It incentivizes them, gives them a little more purpose, gives them a little bit of growth. It also gives you the ability to say, can they manage to this small program? Because if they can't manage to a small program, then you know that you're going to have to really work with them if you're trying to get them to then, to your point, go up to managing an $80 million asset. if somebody can't manage to performing a monthly light inspection, they're probably not going to be able to manage to 4 or 5 maintenance technicians, 44 turns, and any given number of work orders that are open. So I think that parsing out small tasks and letting your team really manage them, and guide them through it, and mentor them through the process, really has helped me kind of develop technicians to be ready to take the